Ladies and gentlemen, today is October 15th, 2023. If you're watching this, we're going to be covering the Qatar Open Master Championship. Yesterday was round 4, and of course, we're going to be covering Magnus Carlson. Now, just to be clear, I am by no means a chess master. If you're watching this and you're a grandmaster, you should probably leave. I'm not going to have the insight for you. However, I love chess. I'm okay at chess, and I want to just go through this game from that's on chess.com and see how it is and, kind of run through it with you and see if we can pick anything up from, a perspective of a more beginner player, and see where it goes. So that's the point of this video. Let's hop in and see how it goes. So we got Magnus Carlson with the black pieces, and we got Pranesh M. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name with the white pieces. Pranesh is 25-15 and Magnus is 28-39. Magnus just came off of a loss on his first day against a guy who is rated 300 points less than him, so not playing as well today. So definitely wanted to get a win. Pranesh starts with classic e4. Magnus responds with g6, a very interesting move. I think this is the start of the modern setup here that grandmasters turn to when they need to get pieces, when they need to get a win with the black pieces. That's what this article is saying. So follow up is Pranesh goes d4, Magnus goes d6. Pranesh sets up his knight. Not sure exactly what he's doing. Obviously, he's defending this, putting pressure here and here. Magnus goes c6. Pranesh develops his bishop. Magnus develops his knight, putting pressure on this. Pranesh defends. Magnus goes b5. Interesting move. I wonder what the thought of that move is. This is being blocked. Is it to develop the queen over here and put pressure there? Is it to go here? Interesting. I don't really know what the thought of this is, but Pranesh has his first, I think, inaccuracy here. This is a good move, but not the best move. But Pranesh goes g4. Trying to understand what the point of that one was. Not really sure. I mean, is he just trying to build up an attack and stay in the middle? Kind of a close position so far. No one's really traded anything. Anyways, Magnus goes h5. Interesting. This is an excellent move. This is called the perk defense, and then it's the main line. Pranesh pushes, attacks the knight. The knight can't go here or here. It's going to lose. It's going to, get captured. So I imagine Magnus is going to go back, which is what he does. That's the best move. Pranesh continues his push forward. He just has a rock solid center right now. Very interesting. Locking this down. Magnus is rerouting his knight. Curious what he's thinking here. He can go here. That's defended. He can go here. That's a juicy square, actually, but that could still get taken. Interesting. Pranesh starts to develop his knight. Magnus pushes forward. Interesting move. I guess, it's attacking the knight. The knight's going to have to move. Where can the knight go? The knight can't go there. The knight can't go there. So what does Pranesh do? Pranesh moves back, the best move. Interesting. Now, Magnus has a commitment here, right? This is definitely a weakness. Could be a strength, I guess, but it looks like a weakness to me. He's probably going to have to push. I don't think he's going to commit to that. He has no attack on it right now. So Magnus tries to lock down his center. Interesting. Pranesh pushes forward, locking down the center even more. He's just taking up so much space. Really interesting. No one has traded any pieces yet. Now Magnus locks that down, creates a really nice pin here, right? That's blocked by this pawn. So now Pranesh obviously can't lose this knight, so he needs to move it. He can't go here, here, or here, or there, or there. So he can basically go here or here. So where does he go? Okay, so he defends it instead. He develops his bishop. Interesting. Trying to see what Stockfish would have done. Stockfish liked putting the knight here. Oh, right. The knight can't go there. I'm so stupid. Moving the knight to safety. But anyways, Magnus locks down the center again. Interesting. Apparently this was a mistake. Trying to kick out the bishop. Best move, according to Stockfish, was to just go back. Stockfish is saying that the move that Pranesh made going here misses an opportunity to increase the bishop's scope by moving it to a better square. And here, obviously, you have that control. Interesting. Magnus takes. First trade. Pranesh obviously takes back. Now, Magnus makes an inaccuracy here. Apparently, this is a mistake. According to Stockfish, this misses an opportunity to win a tempo move by threatening the bishop. Best move would have been there, attacking that bishop. This wins time by threatening the bishop and forcing it to move away. Here are the moves. Would have had to go back. Interesting. Pranesh makes an inaccuracy then misses an opportunity to develop a rook off its starting square. This permits the opponent to win a tempo move. Could have gone here and here. What he should have done was castle, apparently. But, you know, not everyone can be Stockfish. So let's keep going with the game. Magnus develops his bishop. Now he castles. Magnus starts to set up going towards the center. Interesting. So there's only been one trade so far. I'm not sure what his thought was here. Go here, break up the center. Magnus doesn't take. Putting pressure here. Putting pressure on this pawn. Defends the pawn. Now he takes. Apparently this is a great move. What does Stockfish say? This is the only move that works, forcing the opponent to isolate their pawns that helps create a weakness. Interesting. Takes back. Now Magnus brings his rook, covering the b file. Interesting. King h1. What is the thought there of king h1? I don't know. Interesting. Getting off this diagonal. Here. If that's a weakness long term. Interesting. I don't know. The Magnus brings his queen out, threatening to win a pawn. Wasn't the best move. Now Pranesh makes an inaccuracy going here. I don't know what his thought process was. The best move was to push this forward. a4. Defending that, stopping this. Magnus goes where to where? Brings out his bishop, looking for a bishop trade. Now white can't stop black from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. Interesting. So this was an inaccuracy by Pranesh. Apparently what Pranesh should have done was try to open up the center. Here's the full move. Interesting. Dude, I'm candidly so lost. So lost right now. Equal trade. Magnus is up a pawn. He has a slight advantage now. 0.3. 0.35. Oh, that's what he would have done, but he didn't do that. Sorry. So Pranesh goes here. He takes. They trade, obviously. Magnus brings his knight over. He's threatening to put an outpost. Sorry, this threatens to take an outpost with a knight. Got it. Now he brings his rook out. King D7. Now white can't stop black from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. Apparently this is the only good move that worked. This stops the opponent from being able to take an outpost with the knight. I don't get these moves, candidly. These are confusing. Attacks, check, but then isn't he going to go here? And then he goes, oh, what? I don't get that. Take. Oh, it's that. Because now he can put the queen there. Yep, and then Magnus protects. Interesting. Giving the bishop more scope. Now, this was a great move because it exposes an attack, threatening to win a pawn. So now what is Magnus going to do to respond? Ignores it. This makes a pass pawn, meaning no pawns. Opposing pawn can challenge it on its way to promotion. Interesting. So he ignores it. He makes a pass pawn and gives up this pawn. So I imagine Magnus now takes. Magnus doesn't take. Interesting. So he creates that outpost, I guess winning a tempo, attacking the queen. Okay. So Pranesh cuts that. Obviously, there's going to be a trade. Check. The knight now occupies an outpost, a secure square in the opponent's territory. King moves. Interesting. What is he attacking now? He's attacking the bishop. Okay. Not secured by anything, though. Magnus goes to the middle. Ah, that was a check. Magnus attacks the queen. Defends. Attacking this. Well, that's defended, so nothing really there, I think. Interesting. So now there's going to be a rook trade. Magnus attacks the knight. Now, what is Magnus going to do? Is he going to take? Is he going to go backwards? I think he's going to take. No, interesting. Ignoring the threat on the knight, a difficult move to see. So what is it? What is the point here? He's trying to go here to go there. Let's see. Yeah. This prevents the opponent from being able to play checkmate. Why? Because you can go here and then what? Okay. All right, we're not in that line anymore. Magnus takes the bishop. King takes. Sorry, Magnus doesn't take the bishop. Pranesh takes the bishop. Magnus takes the horse, the knight. This threatens to win a queen. How does this threaten to win a queen? He goes here. That's check. I don't understand. Magnus overlooked an opportunity to defend a pawn that was under attack. This guy? So how could he have defended that? Interesting. Okay. He wanted to defend. Stockfish wanted to defend this pawn here. That didn't happen. So then Magnus doesn't take and he checks instead. Now does he take the pawn? No, he checks again. And it defends the rook. A check again, taking the pawn. Queen takes. Stepping the king away from check. exchange of pieces. Magnus says no. So Stockfish just said to go back here to threaten to win the pawn. Pranesh attacks. Check. Magnus moves back, defends his king out of the way. Completely safe, it looks like. Wow. What a move. What happened? How did he get... Oh, I mean, why didn't he just take that in the first place? Right? This was the best... That's so interesting. Now he takes, and then now what? Now Magnus has only a queen, and Pranesh has a queen and a rook, and they're saying the position's equal? Because these have promotion potential? Interesting. So I guess the game ended there. Well, I mean, not yet. He keeps pushing. Magnus pushes. Pranesh defends. What is he threatening? Is he threatening to push here? Take, check. Wow. I do not follow this at all. Interesting. So I guess they agreed to a draw here. So according to Stockfish, they both played like 2900s. Magnus had an amazing opening accuracy of 99.7. Pranesh had an accuracy opening of 98.6. In the middle game, Magnus had an accuracy of 94.4, but Pranesh had an accuracy, interesting, of also 94.4, but he got some brilliant moves in there. And then in the end game, they both played really good. Magnus got a 94.1 rating. And Pranesh got a 94. I mean, this is a really good performance from Pranesh. He's, over 300 points lower than Magnus. I mean, Magnus is definitely supposed to be winning this. Really interesting to see. So, that's that. Magnus, has got to come out swinging today. He lost his first game. I think he's won the last two, though. But then he just drew this one. So he's behind. He's not in the lead. I need to go check what the standings are and how they qualify for the next rounds. But, he's not as dominant right now. I guess he was playing with black, but, he's definitely playing lower rated players right now. So he's not in tip top shape. But yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know if you like this video. I'm going to try to make some more of these and obviously try to understand the games a bit more. But, when you're rated much lower than these players, it's very hard to understand some of their moves. But, we're going to get there together. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'll catch you later.